Welcome to At Home. It's a half a haze show today. Maria is off, so it's a solo flight, and today we're going to talk about care of delicate fabrics and the delicate care of your taste buds. That's coming up later in the show with Chef Dominic of Match Restaurant. But first, you could say they are pioneers of the Grieve movement. Eucalan is a company based in Paris, Ontario that 20 years ago developed an eco-friendly product for fine washables. Jennifer Edgar joins us now with some pre-holiday tips on caring for our delicates. And Jennifer, you're really ahead of the curve on this, right? Because, I mean, it's only been recently that we've all been thinking about eco-friendly, but 20 years, that's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. 20 years we've been telling people that you can care for your fine garments at home. You don't need to use the dry cleaner for everything, and it really is a convenient way of caring for your finer items. And you don't have to rinse. You can save water. You can save energy. You can save wear and tear on your garments.
Now,
it's simple.
Does this work for any garment, or are there some garments that you still recommend should go to a dry cleaner?
Yeah, some things you still need to use the dry cleaner. Many things you can wash yourself. If something says dry clean only on it, I would suggest taking it to the dry cleaner. If it's a lined suit jacket, you need the dry cleaner because they will press it properly for you. If it just says dry clean on it, or dry clean recommended, try it yourself at home, as long as it's color fast, and I'll explain how to check for color fastness. But you can do it yourself at home, and with great results.
And the thing is that dry cleaning is hard on materials, right?
It is. There are chemicals in dry cleaning, and recently a friend said to me, I didn't know that there were chemicals used in dry cleaning. There are. It's very harsh, it's very smelly, and aside from the fact that you have to drive to the dry cleaner, you're using gas, you're using time, and then you have to go and pick the item up again. And sometimes you have to sign a waiver that says that they're not responsible if there's any damage caused to the item. So wash it yourself at home, save yourself a headache, the expense, the time, and you'll know that you're caring for it yourself.
All right, now you've brought a whole host of products that we have here, and I mean, yeah, just about anything you can think of, obviously, is, or a lot of things, are good for this product, right?
Yeah, it's surprising how many delicate items we have at home in our closet and in our drawers. So there's cashmere, cotton, mohair, angora, silk, all these fine items. A lot of things have stretch in them now. And then we have our expensive hosiery. So it's nice to be able to take care of that ourselves at home.
Okay, so how does this work?
So what I'll do is I'll show you how to care for it using Eucalan.
Okay.
And it's a no-rinse product. You don't rinse it out because there's no bleach, phosphate, or petrochemicals in there. So we just put a drop of Eucalan in the water. This is a tepid water, just room temperature. And I'm going to wash this beautiful, one half of this beautiful pair of gauntlets. These are mohair from our friends at Langelane in Quebec. They're a beautiful fiber. Mohair is fantastic. And so what you do is you just set this in the water, squeeze it through to let the water soak it. And at home you'd let that soak for a few minutes. And it's okay if you can't leave it in there too long. If you go off to do something else, that's okay. Just come back to it and then squeeze it through again. Squeeze out the excess water. And then you'd lay it on your towel and squeeze out the excess water.
Oh,
very simple, very simple. And then what you would do at home is you would put that on another dry towel and lay it flat to dry. You'd stretch it out, blocking it to keep the shape. If you're washing something larger like a sweater, you would use a full-size towel and you would roll it in the towel and then again transfer it to a clean dry towel and block it. And blocking is where you're stretching the sweater back into its original shape just so it's laying nice, and then when it's dry it's in the proper shape to wear again.
Okay, so the bigger the item that you're washing, like I see you have this liner here, you would wash that. Would you need to put in more of the Eucalan in order to actually get the same results?
If you are using a basin at home, you would use your bathroom sink, or if it was a larger item like a big down coat or a blanket, you would use the washing machine for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so you can use either a front loader or a top loader, it doesn't matter, but it depends on the size of the item itself and the volume of water you would need. But I'll show you how to wash something very small. Spanx.
Okay. I've never had to wash Spanx. I just throw my Spanx out and get new ones.
Well, this is something that we need to tend to.
Yes, I know.
So it's a very easy process when you are home after a day of work or an evening out. Just take them off, you put them in the water for a few minutes, and I'm using the same same water, so it's okay to wash multiple things as long as the dye isn't running. And that's it. Squeeze it.
Okay, so how many different items could you wash in one session?
I would probably do a couple more little things like this in this same water, and then I would let the water out and start again. If I was washing a red sweater, it would probably be the only thing I would wash in that water.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now, why is that?
If the dye comes out...
And is that common for the dye to come out? Or?
It depends on how the garment was dyed and what the fiber is, but the way that you check for color fastness is you get a white cotton cloth, get it wet, and then rub it on the inside of your garment to see if that color is coming out. If it's a solid color garment, it doesn't matter so much. The dye might come out, and that's okay. If it's something with multiple colors in it, you want to make sure that dye won't run. If it does run on your cloth, you take your white cloth off and you see the dye is on there, you may not want to wash that. If you submerge it, the dye could run and spread into the other colors. You could spot clean that though.
Okay.
So at home you would hang that up to dry. And so then I'll just show you that at this time of year, you know, we're getting out our party clothes. We're getting out our winter woolies. It's snowing today, and so that's nice. And what we'll do, like there's a cashmere hat, so you can wash your hats, your clubs, your scarves, all those things you might want to take care of because they will get dirty over time. And it's so simple and quick to do it at home yourself. Your down jackets, your vests, again, don't send them to the dry cleaner because that can dry it out, and it's not that great for the feathers.
Can you wind up using, like, you put like ever so small an amount in there?
Just a teaspoon.
So, like, you don't want to go too, like, could you really do damage if you put too much in at one time?
No, you can't overdo it.
Okay.
But you don't need to. That's the whole point. It's
yeah.
highly concentrated, so it's better for the environment. You're using less packaging that way. You're making less trips to the store to buy the product. Right. So that's where that whole green aspect comes into play. And you're just using a touch. If you were using it in a full washing machine, you might use 3 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons, depending upon the item. But I did want to tell you that you can wash something like this. This is a very luxurious item. Again, this is mohair from Lange Lane. It's a fine, beautiful knit. It's something that you can wash yourself. And if you sent this to the dry cleaner, it would return brittle, dry, damaged, and smelly. So this would be nice to wash yourself at home where you can take care of it and make sure that it's okay.
All right, you know what, we're out of time, but thank you, Jennifer. I mean, this is a product made in Paris, Ontario, sold right around the world now, right?
Yes,
it's a real success story. And here's some details. There you go, Eucalan.com, and there's the number if you want to get more information. Jennifer, Edgar, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're all going to look real nice this holiday season. Coming up, we're going to get some great, delicious tastes from Chef Dominic. We'll be right back.